Folks, have you ever felt like your efforts went unnoticed? Like, you gave it your all, but somehow it was never enough? One moment you're on top, and the next, poof, you're history.
Mamma mia!
Well, that's exactly what happened to women like Rosalind Franklin and Ada Lovelace. One was a brilliant DNA researcher, and the other was the pioneer of computer programming, yet their groundbreaking contributions were often overlooked. My dear friends, today we are here to listen to her story misunderstood once more, but this time with women as the main characters. From Marie Antoinette to Catherine the Great, each bit of narrative from these remarkable women are waiting to be retold by history. Each side of the coin has a pinker, less turned face that is filled with mystery and awe, which is why they deserve to be celebrated as much as the men were in their legacies. Let's begin by addressing the elephant in the room. If you're like me who's wondering, hey, where are all the women? Then I have some sad but unsurprising news for you. As it turns out, women are underrepresented everywhere, especially from a historical context. Historians have typically found the activities of women in the past boring, which is why there are barely any records of how they used to live outside of wars and other major events in history. The reason for this is because they were often restricted to doing household chores or other domesticated tasks that were seen as unimportant. But without these unimportant and boring ordeals, who else would have continued to raise the future of humankind? Who else would have taken care of all those inventors that society praises so much? Women, that's who.
Exactly!
Until very recently, women have been denied the same opportunities given to men, leading to a lack of prominent females in academic fields. From as early as 400 BCE, women have been viewed under more scrutiny compared to the men of their time, preventing them from exploring any career path outside of their traditional roles. And because of the cultural standards set by older times, it was common for women to get overshadowed because of men taking most of their recognition. While there were some remarkable women throughout history, a common theme among them would be how their contributions end up falling under a man's name. An example of this would be Mileva Maric, Albert Einstein's first wife who helped him create the law of special relativity. Even when half of the work was done by her, she and other publications preferred to use Albert Einstein's name to credit their work. And this wasn't the case for just Maric. Rosalind Franklin, Nettie Stevens, Katherine Johnson, and so many more had gotten the same treatment. I think it's about time for us to give them the applause they deserve. Now, you might be thinking, it's not a matter of gender, but of skill. It just so happens that there are more notable men in history than there are women, and that's not denying the fact that promising women exist as well.
Mamma mia!
Although it is a valid statement, I disagree because, as mentioned before, women were not given the same level of treatment and opportunities as men. It was never an even playing field to begin with, as men already had an advantage with how society valued them. The problem is that, yes, promising women do exist, but they are not being properly represented and or supported. Overall, there is not enough attention being given to the female version of things, which is exactly why feminists fight for the rights and dignity of women around the globe. It seems like my time for this session is coming to an end, so I'd like to leave you all with a few words of encouragement. Even if we can't rewrite history or recover what's been lost, we can always make an effort to write a new chapter in our collective story, one that highlights the incredible contributions women have made across all areas of society. It's time to give these hidden gems the recognition they deserve. Join us next time to discover more of the untold stories of the past, because no one should be left behind. This was Her Story Misunderstood. Thanks for listening.